Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's fantastic. Everything here is good. Um, I was toying with the idea of doing a silent episode today where I just sit here and drink tea. Don't know why I had that thought, but whatever. I'm not doing that because I do have something to talk about, and that is gifts. We've talked about my stance on gifts for years, but week after next, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, not next week, the 22nd, 23rd, are Em and I's birthdays. So my birthday's on the 22nd, hers on the 23rd. And as an adult, I'll be 44 on the 22nd. That day doesn't mean anything to me. It just doesn't, right? But it means something to people in my life because, for the past week has been what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? And we've talked about how I don't like receiving gifts in the past. But I think I realized that's not it. That's not it at all. In fact, I enjoy receiving gifts. I enjoy when somebody gives me something thoughtful, or not even thoughtful. It doesn't have to be thoughtful. It could be just random. I don't like being involved in the process. As a 44-year-old man, and I am now in a position where I can afford to buy the things that I want. That hasn't always been the case, and I mean, most of you know that for years I was pretty bad off. But lately, I don't necessarily. There's nothing that I could ask for that I just don't already. I haven't already purchased it. I mean, there's my Amazon wish list is big, but that's just stuff that's like, yeah, someday I might pick that up, and I don't. And it just sits there. Sometimes one of you will send me something from the Amazon wish list, and I'm super appreciative. And I think the reason that I'm super appreciative is because I'm not involved in the process. It's the being asked. Like, if you want to buy me something, buy me something. Like, I don't want to have to go through the trouble of figuring out what to tell you. Like, that's the part that really gets to me. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. Is that wrong? Maybe. Em and I had this discussion a couple years ago, and she said, because I told her, like, I don't want gifts. I don't like them because it makes me feel just weird. Like, why are you buying me things? And her response was that, she likes giving gifts. And me saying, don't give me anything is taking that away from her. And that I totally get because I do enjoy giving gifts. I very much enjoy giving gifts. Um, But again, the realization was it just comes down to I don't want to be asked. I guess is the thing. I have a wish list for a reason, and I've shared it with everybody in my life. My parents, but they still ask. I still get the question like I just don't want stuff. And when it comes down to my parents, who are probably watching this, it feels really weird because it's like I, I I'm I'm well off right now, right? Like I make more money than my parents. I have more money than my parents. Maybe not. Maybe that's not true, like in cash or whatever. But I have more disposable income uh, than my parents do right now, and it's just like, don't buy me anything. Or when I buy them something and they want to immediately pay me back for it, it's like, listen, I didn't buy that under the pretense that you'd pay me back. Like I bought you a thing, take the thing and move on with your life, right? Um, so it feels a little weird in that particular situation. But it's my birthday. Like I get it. For other people, they're excited about it. For me, I don't get excited. Like again, it's just a day to me. Like it doesn't. Em asked me. I asked Em yesterday, "What do you want for your birthday?" And she was just like to be, loved and whatever. And I'm like, and then she asked me the same thing, and I was like, I don't care. And she's like, what's the difference? And I don't know. Like to her, I thought that to her, her birthday was still a big deal. She's young. So I was expecting her to say, oh, I want, this is my big day or whatever. To me, like in my 20s or maybe even my 30s, like the birthday just lost all meaning. I don't care at all. It's not an important day to me. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. And maybe that comes with age or some shit. We all just become cynical about aging. But I think the reality is, like I said earlier, like I don't necessarily need more stuff in my house. I'm not excited. I've never been excited about cake, so I don't even really want a birthday dessert. Dinner is just dinner. Like I'm not a foodie, so I don't really have like, I don't know. It's just a day. But I think that other people they get really excited about it, and I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to figure out how to make everybody feel. Make their gestures feel welcome without being a dick about it. I don't want to be a jerk to anybody and be like, "Dog, you better not give me anything." Like that's stupid. But figure out a way to be more graceful about it. I told my kids last year I was going to tell everybody, if you want to buy me something, make a donation to the Electronic Frontier Foundation. Like that would be that'd be fine. That'd be a way to give me a gift without having to buy me something. Or I think I'm going to switch to wool socks, and they're really expensive. So buy me a single pair of wool socks from Darn Tough, because they're like $20 a pair. I don't know. Rambling again. Yesterday was a good day. I got we released a new version of Component Studio. For those of you who don't know, Component Studio is my side job. It's component.studio. You can go check it out. We offer a 7-day free trial if you really want to check it out. But it's a programmatic way of generating board game components. And we put out a pretty big feature release yesterday. A whole bunch of stuff I've been working on for the last couple of months. And it got some praise. And JT, the product owner, kind of introduced me to everybody and said, "Hey, let's say it's time to say hi to Chevee because he's done all this work." And that felt really good. It felt really, really good. It always feels good to do something that is appreciated. That's how I get fulfillment in life. Not money doesn't really mean a whole lot. It's the doing something useful that. So yesterday was a good day. But all week I've been kind of like I need to have I was on a pretty good roll there for a couple of weeks, I don't know, with having some pretty cool topics to talk about and to really kind of keep a bit of a conversation flowing. But I feel this week I've just been kind of like, hey, here's today. What do you think? How do you perceive it? Am I just in a slump or something? I don't think I'm slumping as in, like, I don't feel good. I just mean here on YouTube. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, let me know if you have anything exciting going on this weekend. I do not. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is plethora. It is a noun meaning excessive amount of something. Agnes tried a plethora of wines before she finally decided on her favorite vintage. Plethora, P-L-E-T-H-O-R-A. I don't know how that word came into my vocabulary when I was very young, and I've used it a lot in my life. A plethora of times.